Now, on some other news tonight, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Whether it's you or someone you know living with an invisible illness is tough, and getting help is a battle of its own.
News 8's Sarah Tamer introduces us to a local teen who wants to share her personal story in hopes of helping others. Sarah?
It doesn't know race, color, religion, or economic status. You can be the smartest, richest, most popular person at your school or job, and you can still have depression and anxiety. Maria Martell's story is one many of you watching may relate to. She's hoping her voice will serve as a reminder that if it's ever a question, your life matters. When it comes to getting things done,
I was involved in student government.
18-year-old Maria Martell is an all-star.
I was a class officer for 4 years.
From class president,
I was in a National Honor Society,
to prom queen and athlete.
I was involved in cross country in all 4 years, and then track for 2.
Being involved is an understatement.
I volunteered at Gunderson and other groups.
Overachiever.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how Maria would describe herself.
Yeah, it was a lot to keep track of.
Her determination to succeed.
Time management was a skill that I really had to learn.
Landed her a 4-year scholarship to the University of Minnesota, where she'll be majoring in biology. But before we get to where she's going, we have to understand where she's been.
I remember a lot of people coming up to me being like, "You're perfect," or, how do you keep it all together? And, inside it was like, I'm absolutely not. Like, that's, I would go home and cry myself to sleep at night because I was so tired and exhausted, and I was never good enough for myself.
For each time Maria's been in the spotlight,
I started to constantly wake up in fear that something horrible was going to happen to me.
She's equally been in the dark.
That's when I started to feel like something might have been wrong.
A reality that being on top of everything,
why am I even here if this is the way I'm feeling constantly?
Doesn't mean you won't hit rock bottom.
What is my other option? Well, not being here.
Her junior year, Maria could no longer ignore her depression and anxiety.
Just a particular night where I felt like my entire world was crashing down around me, and in that moment I really thought I was going to die. I mean, it was straight panic attacks for, hours on end.
This was a battle.
There were times where I physically felt chained in my bed.
She knew she couldn't fight on her own. She decided it was time to see a therapist.
She is a godsend. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Gunderson behavioral health therapist Emily Paff has been working with Maria for the last year.
She is a very special girl.
She says Maria's decision to get help is profound. She's hoping it encourages other teens to do the same.
It's amazing that she was able to advocate for herself and to get the help that she needed, to fully be in a spot now with all the accomplishments that she's had, to really fully enjoy those. It's a pretty fantastic story for her.
Maria's parents, like many parents, struggle with guilt.
I feel bad, so.
Why do you feel bad?
Well, like I said, I should have noticed it. I feel like I should have noticed,
It's one of those illnesses that you can't give them a pill and they're better in 7 to 10 days. She'll always battle this her whole life.
But they play a big part in supporting and helping Maria through her battles with mental illness.
You think it's not going to happen to your child. You just don't. You think it happens to people who are addicted or people who are homeless, or that's what a lot of people have been given the perception, and it's not. She's a classic type A overachiever, and she tries so hard, and it can even happen to kids like her.
I think people can look up to Maria.
Absolutely, I do.
The people around me are so supportive that, I know whatever anyone thinks, it's not going to affect me because, this is my story. This is my journey. I know what I've been through.
All-star, yes. But courageous is the most important title she carries today.
Getting help is difficult, but it's one of the bravest things you can do for yourself.
Maria tells me one of her biggest reasons for sharing her story is to help get rid of some of the stigma surrounding mental health. She sees it all around her, at school and at work, and she wants people to know that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to ask for help. I want to thank Maria and her family for giving me the opportunity to share her story. Her bravery is inspiring.
Yes, it is. Thanks so much, Sarah. And therapists at Gunderson suggest that anyone dealing with a mental illness, make sure you talk to someone you trust, because you are never too young or too old to ask for help.
Yeah, kudos to Maria and her family for getting
Being
out
able
in
to
front of
share
this
that.
and getting out and sharing that. Yeah. Well, coming up on